2 writers have been added to the Suicide Squad 2 writers' room, apparently. Last we heard of this movie, substantial news, is that it was being written and directed by Gavin O'Connor, the same guy who directed The Accountant, an excellent, small budget, lower budget thriller starring Ben Affleck as an autistic, hitman assassin. I saw that movie. Very good. And when I found out he was going to be directing Suicide Squad 2, I was like, good choice. But I think he's also writing this one, and apparently he's enlisted some help. Suicide Squad 2 has added a few new members to its squad. David Barkatz and Todd Stashwick have been tapped by Warner Brothers to be the new Suicide Squad 2 writers, joining director Gavin O'Connor to co-pen the script to the DC anti-hero sequel. Katz and Stashwick aren't a screenwriting duo who are commonly paired together. Katz is best known for his Blacklist script, The Man in the Rockefeller Suit, and has multiple feature film projects in development, including Chasing Phil with Warner Brothers. Now, for those of you who don't know, I barely know it, but I've heard of it. The Blacklist is like this list of scripts that are supposed to be really well written, and it's like a repository, and I think they take a lot of these scripts and they option them or make them for movies because they think they're really good or something like that. So that's encouraging. The guy has some creds, some good creds. Let's keep going. This is Katz again. He also has comic book experience, rewriting New Line's Spawn and penning the play The History of Invulnerability, which chronicles the creation of Superman. Meanwhile, Stashwick is making the jump from the acting world to screenwriting with Suicide Squad 2. But it's not too dramatic of a leap for Stashwick, who appeared in Fox's Batman prequel Gotham. I think he played Roman Sionis, aka Black Mask, the Batman villain with the black mask face, as well as Sci-Fi's 12 Monkeys. I don't watch 12 Monkeys, so I don't know who he was on there. He describes himself as a lifelong DC Comics fan. So that's encouraging. This guy, even though he's not necessarily, his writing credit isn't that much publicized, but he does really like the material, so that's good. A lot of times we have people working on these movies who don't read comics and don't know anything about the characters they're working on, which happens in Hollywood more often than it should, in my opinion. Stashwick said that Geoff Johns is helping him. So I guess maybe there's 4 writers on it. Here's what he said. According to Stashwick, DC President and Chief Creative Officer Geoff Johns is also involved in the scripting process for the highly anticipated sequel, Suicide Squad 2, of course. The project is said to be a top priority at Warner Brothers in DC, with production expected to begin next week. Now, Katz also gave a quote. I don't know who he was talking to. He was on some kind of, DC Movie News, and was talking about how he got the job and his working relationship with Gavin O'Connor, the director, who's also one of the co-writers. Here's what he said. We sat down, he started picking my brain, and he could see that this is something that I have a deep passion for, and I understand genre. That's kind of what I like to write in. And then once we started bouncing ideas back, there's a third writer, David Barkatz. The 3 of us are writing it together. And so once we started talking and just bouncing ideas back and forth, he was like, this is the team. This is who I want for this. So, it looks like they might, if you believe all of this, they have a good working relationship. And it's all going to be hunky-dory. Let's hope so. I know I want my DC to succeed. And as we all know, DC movies have had a tough time with critics and a lot of audiences in recent history. Most of them, except I guess for Wonder Woman. But maybe they could be turning things around. I hope so. I hope Suicide Squad is going to knock it out of the park and be good. There were certainly good elements in Suicide Squad 1, but it wasn't good enough to get a lot of critics and fans to come to its side. And although I did like Suicide Squad, the first one, I could see that it had a lot of problems. In my opinion, the first Suicide Squad had the most problems of any of the DCEU movies so far. I still liked it, but I could definitely recognize a lot of storyline problems in that movie. But hopefully they're going to rectify that and make Suicide Squad 2 a much more narratively coherent, I guess, film than its predecessor. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.